So the last intro had puppets, singing, some dancing, and no goals. So there's no puppets, there's no dancing, there's no singing today. Score!
We're hanging overtime! We're hanging overtime! We're hanging overtime!
Let's go Panthers! Let's go Panthers! Let's go Panthers! Let's go! Go!
Puck drop. And 3, 2, 1.
Let's go Panthers! Let's go Panthers! Let's go Panthers! Let's go! Go!
Alright, Panther fans, here we go. Game 2. Alright, it barely feels like we played game 1 because, like I told Stu, I said I normally will text with my father during the game, and usually it starts with the first goal that the Panthers score, and yeah. So, that needs to end early and often today. Alright, now we did have a little bit of a lineup change. Semeskovich is up on that second line with Luosterainen and Tkachuk. Cousins moves down to the third line. Now, I like that. I like that move. My suggestion is, if we still have offensive problems, I mean, Justin Sourdiff is just sitting there, so maybe if we still can't score today, or we somehow lose because we only get one goal, maybe the next game, Sourdiff with Lundell and Reinhart, and then Cousins to the fourth line. I mean, I'm just saying, we got to score a goal, okay? There was just the juxtaposition between that crazy playoff run, all of the excitement of opening day, and to sit there the full game and have all those chances and have nothing go in. It's just, for my mental stability, could we please get a goal in the first 5 minutes? I'm just asking for a favor. That's all it is. Defensive pairs remain the same. Bubba is in net. We're at Winnipeg, which generally is not. It's Saturday afternoon. Now, normally, I would bitch and complain that it's Saturday afternoon, we should be fishing, but it's 50 degrees and raining outside, so that complaint is not there. And I'm actually content with this one. Get this one. It's late in the afternoon. Get the game over with. Still time to have dinner and relax with the evening. Hopefully, we can relax with the win. Please. All right, short and sweet. We don't forget. Now, I want to bring this up again. The reviews was due to some. I can't talk. There was some confusion the last game. This is new. That's fine. The reviews was due are live at 8 o'clock in the morning, the day after the games, for YouTube members and Patreon supporters only. After that, within an hour, the video will be live just like it always is. But there was a little bit of confusion. If you want the link, if you're a member, I have put out the day before, the day of the game. I can't talk. I'm sorry. Today I put out a link to the members that has the link to the video for tomorrow morning. You'll all be asleep on Sunday morning anyway. If you're on Patreon, I post the link to the video on the Patreon. Okay? So hopefully that clears up the confusion. It's new. It's technology. They don't make it easy for me. They don't make it easy on any of us. But I appreciate that. If you're interested in that, links are in the description. Memberships are $3 a month. I am not going to do... See, it almost came out again. It's been so long that at the end of the pregame, I give a score prediction. I'm not going to do it. We scored a goal. It took 2 power plays. It took Sam Reinhart being left all alone at the side of the net. We scored a goal. So before the last game and then after the last game, I wasn't so sure I liked the Mikula Kulikov pair. Some people thought that was misguided. Just curious about your opinion now after that Keystone Cops moment on the PK when Scheifele just splits right in between them and roofs it over Bob's head. Not a fan of that pair. Mikkola got... We were pinched a little bit too much at the end of the power play as it expired. Mikkola was pinched a little bit too much. He got beat. The shot got off, and Mikkola kind of saved his own ass, come around behind the net and blocked the shot that came off of the rebound. So the PK is not... Look, we look like a team of guys that haven't played together before, and unfortunately, it's what we are, right? Rodriguez is new on the top line. Semeskovic is new on the second line. The third line has played together before. The fourth line is guys that are cobbled together that haven't played before. All the defensive pairs haven't played together before. I had hoped. Bob looks good. Bob looks good. Bubba looks good. It looked bad for a couple of minutes there. From about 5 minutes in to about 5 minutes left, it didn't look good. What I will say is this. I know we can't play a heavy style all 82 games. I do not want us to play a heavy style, heavy hitting, physical style 82 games. Can't do it. That said, this offense is absolutely anemic. It's just not good right now. We need to play just a physical period, a physical game. Give me one game of elevating to that level. I'm not expecting playoff hockey, but there's no hitting, there's no physicality. Tkachuk is just nowhere right now, and I'm not saying he's playing bad, but you're not noticing him. I'm not seeing a bunch of energy. I'm not seeing physicality. I'm not seeing tenacity. I'm just not seeing it. Now, there's the excuse of guys that have not played together before. And then there's the excuse, I don't want to make excuses. I know we can't play that way for 82 games, but we need to get off our dead ass right now and start playing a little bit heavier. I'm not saying get Game 7 Boston level, but we're nowhere near as physical or energetic as we were as the beginning of last season. So unless these guys just want to use the excuse of they're still tired from the playoffs, it's time to get off their ass and start playing hockey. I'm not clapping for this one either. It's 4-2 Winnipeg after 2. We scored a goal real quick. Rodriguez gets his first. Then we allowed one 10 seconds later, and then we proceeded to allow 2 more. I'm going to save most of this for the post game because maybe we'll come back and win and change my mind. What I will say is we are getting out everything. We're getting out everything. We're being out physical. The defense is just, Larson doesn't look as good as he did last game. The Mikkola-Kulikov pair. But Mahura's getting his ass kicked out there today too, so I don't know what we do there. The Mikkola-Kulikov pair, they're too slow together. There's this. It's like having Yandel and Yandel as their second pair. You've got to put Mahura or Belinsky's. You've got to have somebody with some speed on that pair. They're too slow to be a second pair. They're getting killed out there. And the only reason it's not 9-2 right now is Bob has made some crazy saves. But it is Keystone Cops in front of Bob. It's not just Mikkola-Kulikov. Mahura has not looked good. He might be pressing and trying to do too much. Tkachuk is just not. He ended up. Nobody's wanting to be physical. Tkachuk on the last goal and the fourth goal, it was Tkachuk's guy that got the goal, and instead of he looked like Yandel. He was spinning around with his stick like a freaking magic wand, and then he ends up falling, and the shot beats Bob. So right now, I know I keep saying Mikkola-Kulikov. I'm trying to think of who's playing good now. Verhaeghe. Verhaeghe was exiting the zone with the puck, and somehow Larson collided with him or got his stick on the puck. It's friggin' Keystone Cops. We look bad. Now, there's all sorts of excuses we could make. They're still tired from last year. None of these guys have played together before, etc., etc. And I suppose it's a little bit of all. But if you really wrap it up, then again, maybe we come back and get a point. God, do we need a point? But at this point, even though some of these guys are not coming back, we're missing Ekblad, Montour, Bennett, Gudis. And if you think we're not missing Eric Stahl's veteran presence on that bench right now, I got a bridge to sell you. Anywhere. It's a big bridge. It's a really big, okay? I mean, Stenlin and Lorentz are not bad players, but Stenlin, Lorentz, Lomberg, you need, there's no cohesion. There's nobody on that fourth line that's like, I got this, I'm the guy, and it's just bad. It's bad. That said, I hope I come back for the post game and they prove me wrong. Oh boy, 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 oh boy. There's so much to this game. There's so much to this game. I'll start here. People told me not to panic after one game. That's fine, I won't. Now people telling me don't panic after two games. Don't know what we expected with our guys missing. That's fine. That's fine. The fact that we're losing some games because it's disorganized, because a lot of the players are new. Okay. The shorthanded goal that we gave up in the third period, Tkachuk loses the puck along the boards in the offensive zone. And I suppose that he thought there was some kind of illegal activity, whether he thought he got slashed or whatever. Don't know. What I do know is that the puck went out of the zone and Tkachuk just threw up his arms and barely skated. And Reinhart, if you watch the end of the shorthanded goal, there's Oliver Ekman-Larsson is the only guy back. He's got a 2-on-1. He's by himself, so I'm not going to blame it on him. He goes for the man with the puck, and there's nobody to cover the man coming into the zone because Tkachuk really didn't even start skating at all. And if you watch the replay, Reinhart is coasting into the zone, not moving his legs, not trying to speed up and skate. That is the stuff that's pissing me off. Not that Kulikov and Mikula are Dmitry Kulikov and Mikula. Let's be honest. We were hoping, crossing our fingers. Let's not pretend like it looks anything other than barely adequate with a couple of nice moments. Let's not pretend it, okay? I get that we're missing guys. But until the very end there, where we turned it on and got a little lucky because Winnipeg kind of started sitting back and figuring the game was over at 5-2. Okay? We got a couple of late goals. Tkachuk, I thought the Tkachuk goal went in. I thought the shot went in. Right there, it could have been 5-5. I thought it went in. So, all of that said, we did miraculously have a chance to at least get a point in this game. And then we... Kulikov gets called for holding. Now, I'm critical of Kulikov. However, he didn't touch the dude. The dude falls on his own. Kulikov, he didn't touch him. He didn't touch him. And he gets called for holding with 2 minutes left. And that gives Winnipeg a power play, which Tkachuk did have a shot on, the shot that I thought that went in. But then for some reason, I'm really not a fan of pulling a goaltender all the time. But it's one goal. Winnipeg's on the power play. And Maurice pulls Bob, and they get the empty net goal. So I understand Ekblad, Montour, Bennett. Those are the guys that are out. We're still missing Gudis. Okay? I mean, we don't have... I mean, Kachuk had to take some matters into his own hands today. That's not optimal if Kachuk is our fighter. Okay? That's not optimal. And the Winnipeg Jets took liberties, taking a couple of, hip checks here or there against guys that I don't think happened if Gudis was on the ice. I know, nobody was happy to lose him. I mean, we lost him over just a little bit of money. Okay. So I get the reasons why we look disorganized. But. I saw really good effort the first 8 minutes of the first game, and I saw a really good effort the last 5 minutes of this game. But what I saw in that shorthanded goal is why we lost this game. And kind of why we lost the first game. Okay? Kachuk loses the puck. Fine, you lost the puck. Okay, fine. The puck is going down the boards, and he throws his hands up and doesn't even start to skate. He barely moves. And Reinhardt coasts in. They just left Larson back there to handle it by himself. I don't know how you fix that. And I don't know why that's happening either. So, I'm sure the comments will be full of people telling me not to panic. Why would I have expected them to play well? None of that makes it okay that we're losing, because now we have New Jersey and Toronto, and if they play like this, we're going to be 4 games into the season with no points. And there's only so many games you can go with no points before you put yourself into a hole that you're not going to climb out of. Okay? We're getting back Ekblad and Montour. We're not getting back Gretzky and Messier. All right? The offense, with the exception of Sam Bennett, I know we got 4 goals here today. We turned it on at the end of the game. That's fine. Rodriguez, I think it should go. That second goal should go to Rodriguez as well. Barkov shot it, but it kind of was really hard to tell. They showed the replay a couple of times. It looked like it might have hit Rodriguez's stick and changed directions just by a hair, but... So I guess my question is, for those when I say for those telling me not to panic, I'm talking about we had the stream going, and I'm very animated during the stream because it's supposed to be entertainment. There is that part to it, okay? But the other part, just out of curiosity, for those who are saying not to panic, give me the game. How many games? If we go 0-4, am I safe to panic at that point? Or is that not? I mean, I'm just saying. We needed 2 points in these 2 games. We got the Devils and we got the Leafs. And if you don't think the Leafs are foaming at the mouth to ruin our home ice opener, okay, I will sell you the same bridge that I sold you when I said we're missing Eric Stahl. Or not missing. You know what I'm saying. Oh, I can't survive 82 games of this. And look, here's the thing. We can't play like this until our guys come back. How much is Sam Bennett going to make a difference? He's going to make a difference. But there's a lot of defensive breakdowns. I'm sorry, but Mikula and Kulikov, they're too slow as a pair. Just watch away from the puck. Watch away from the puck. Watch when they're chasing, or watch when they're preparing for the puck to come to them. All right, Kulikov is kind of Yandel-esque, and Mikula is probably about as slow as Aaron Ekblad, to be honest with you. So, on one hand, you can say, why would I have expected us to start good? On the other hand, if the effort level and the intensity doesn't ramp up, I don't care who we get back. It ain't gonna. We can't do what we did last year again. Okay, this team gets 10, 12 points down with the rest of the teams that are there in this division. There's only so much energy that these guys are going to be able to expend. And right now, I don't know if they're still gassed from the run that we had last year. I know that there's like barely some chemistry. Rodriguez and Barkov, that's starting to move a little bit. We do need Sam Bennett back. Lundell was a game time decision yesterday. He's clearly hurt because he was playing lights out in the playoffs last year and in the preseason, and now he looks rather pedestrian. So I think he's out there gutting it out because we got nobody else, right? Because we don't have somebody like, I don't know, a veteran like Eric Stahl to put up there to settle things down when one of these guys gets injured. So, so we get no points. And then Bob, I'm not putting this on. I'm not going to put this on Bubba. I'm not going to. That third period where we gave up 3 goals, it was an insult to the Keystone Cops to say it was Keystone Cops in front of him. Both games, we look like chickens with no heads. We're like this, we're running into each other, we're knocking ourselves over. It's bad. But it's not that they're bad hockey players, it's that I'm going to throw some blame here a little bit on Maurice because he was so focused on figuring out. He talked a lot. If you watched his interviews during the preseason, there was a 3-game stretch there where he really focused on the young players and them getting their games in and figuring out the last couple spots on the roster. And it's clear, it's abundantly clear that they did not work on systems with the new guys as much as they should have, because these guys have no clue what the other guy is going to do, supposed to do, is doing, was doing. It's just bad. It's just bad. So, all right. That's enough. It's Saturday afternoon. And if the next games was Sharks, Blackhawks, I'd be like, okay. But the next games are Devils and Leafs. Now, it's one thing to say, why would I expect a fast start? I can buy that, but I didn't see 0-4 coming. And if they play either one of these 2 games that they've already played, if they play those games against the Devils in New Jersey or against the pissed off, ready to stab us in the back Leafs, we're gonna be 0-4. We're gonna. Shit! Alright, okay. Go ahead and leave the comments telling me to calm down, and it's not, I mean, I'm not saying anything is over yet, but it's been a long time since with this team we could really complain about their effort. It's been since, remember, Matthew Tkachuk's father had to call this team soft to light a fire under their ass, combined with what Maurice had to do on the bench in front of the national TV audience in Toronto. Then they woke their ass up and gave everything they had and almost pulled it off. But until then, we were a average to below average team, and that was with our full complement of players. Okay? Except for Duclair. This is not our full complement of players, and very intermittent levels of effort followed by not effort and not intensity. I can't physically believe what I saw from Tkachuk and Reinhart on that shorthanded goal. That is not like either one of those players, but it happened. So either they're going to have to figure out that, and maybe it's mental. Maybe in their mind, they know they can't play that heavy playoff intense style of full 82 games. And then in the playoffs. And so what it looks like is they're trying to get away with less than 100% effort thinking they're still going to win games. And maybe with Bennett and Ekblad and Montour and Gudis and Stahl and Duke, maybe with all of the guys, they could do that. But they ain't going to do that with Cousins in the top 9 and Stenlin and Lorentz and Mikula and Kulikov. And they're going to have to play harder to win games. And maybe it's just going to take them a minute to figure that out. But it's still inexcusable what Tkachuk did. And he didn't look, he's the one that got toasted, I told you, on the other goal. On the goal in the second period, where he looked like Yander with his magic stick. So, we got work to do. We absolutely have work to do. And, you know, they got to figure it out fast, because at worst, we got to get 3 points. We got to get a point in New Jersey, and we got to get 2 against Toronto. Then you're looking at 3 points in 4 games, and you can go from there. All right, that has to happen. I know it's early in the season, but you can play yourself out of a playoff spot in the first month. You absolutely can. You absolutely can. All right, appreciate everybody that came out to the live stream. Appreciate the super chats. Stu and I will be live tomorrow morning for the members and the Patreon supporters at 8 o'clock in the morning. Links are in the description. That's $3 a month. Appreciate all of that. That's how Kyle and I eat. So I genuinely, I mean that. I mean, that's true. That's as true as I can get. Come to the stream, you pop $3, I eat. If not, I got to go work at Dunkin' Donuts. And that might be less stressful at this point. So, I don't like losing, not like this. I don't like losing like this. So, I understand people think I'm getting too animated. But you ain't coming here to watch me be just like, oh, well, it doesn't matter. So, I mean, there is that element to it. I'll see you in the morning.